They say a woman may admire many men, but she fears losing only one, and that one man is almost never the loudest, the richest, or the most handsome. He is the man who touches a part of her she didn't even know was empty, the man who brings peace without trying, respect without force, and value without bragging. Most men chase women hoping to be chosen, but the man every woman fears losing, he never begs to stay. And that is exactly why he stays on her mind day and night. Before you think this is about being cold or playing games, let me tell you the truth. Women don't fear losing a man because he pulls away. They fear losing a man because they know deep down another woman would be blessed to have him. And when you become that man, her fear isn't panic, jealousy, or insecurity. It's something deeper. It's an understanding that real men like you aren't common. They don't come around often. And once they walk away, they usually don't come back. Let me take you into a small story. It's simple, nothing fancy. There was a woman who once pushed away a man who truly cared. She wasn't evil or selfish. She just didn't know what she had. She thought he would always stay. She thought she could pull away, test him, ignore him a little, and he would still be there the next day. She thought his love was her safety net, something she could fall into whenever life felt heavy. But one day she woke up and realized he wasn't waiting anymore. He wasn't angry. He wasn't bitter. He was just done, quietly done. And that day she finally felt what fear really is. Not the fear of being alone, but the fear of losing the man who brought peace to her life. This script isn't about judging women. It's about helping you understand why certain men are impossible to forget, why their presence stays in a woman's mind even long after they leave, why their absence feels louder than any noise, and why women fear losing these men more than anything. Because the truth is simple. A woman doesn't fear losing a man she controls. She fears losing a man she respects. And respect doesn't come from money, looks, or words. It comes from how you live, how you carry yourself, how you think. This kind of man doesn't shout his value. He shows it. He doesn't chase love with shaky hands. He walks with calm, steady steps. And a woman can feel that energy. She may not say it out loud, but she notices everything. The way you stay calm when she tries to stir your emotions. The way you choose silence instead of drama. The way you stand firm in what you believe even when she pushes back. These small things create a quiet fear inside her, the fear of losing you. Now let's go deeper into what makes this man so rare. He has a strange mix of warmth and distance. He cares, but he doesn't beg. He listens, but he doesn't accept disrespect. He gives love, but he doesn't lose himself. And this balance, it's powerful. It's something most men don't have anymore. Some men give too much and get walked over. Some give too little and push women away. But this man, he gives the right amount, enough to show he cares, enough to show he has his own life, enough to show he knows his worth. And this balance makes a woman feel safe, even when she's scared of losing him. Let me tell you another small story. A woman once said she didn't want a man who was perfect. She wanted a man who was real, a man who could hold her when she felt weak, but also hold himself when she tested him, a man who didn't crumble when she pulled back, a man who didn't panic when she went silent. And this man, the rare one, he didn't do anything special. He just didn't lose himself trying to keep her. He didn't twist his whole world around her moods. He didn't bend his standards for temporary closeness. He showed her that he wanted her, but he didn't need her, and that is what changed everything. Women fear losing the man who doesn't need them to breathe, because deep down every woman knows the truth. A man who can walk away is a man who holds real power, not power to control, but power to choose. And when a woman knows you're choosing her out of desire, not desperation, her respect for you grows. She doesn't feel trapped. She feels safe. She feels seen. She feels valued. And this kind of connection, it scares her in a good way. It reminds her that she has something to lose. But here's the sad part. Most men don't become this man because they think being good means being weak. They think love means giving everything away. They think caring means losing their edge, but that's not how it works. A man becomes unforgettable not by being perfect, but by being whole, a full man. A man who has a life, purpose, direction, and still offers love without losing any of it. Imagine a woman sitting alone one night, scrolling through old messages you once sent. She sees the way you spoke to her. Simple, calm, real. She sees how you never begged, never chased, never tried to prove anything. And she feels a small pain in her chest because she knows she'll never find that again. She knows other men will talk louder, push harder, demand more, but they won't bring the feeling you brought. That feeling of peace mixed with strength, that rare mix of care mixed with control over your own life. That's when a woman understands she lost something she can't replace. This kind of man has boundaries, not walls, and boundaries make a woman feel safe. They show her what you will allow and what you won't. They show her that you respect yourself enough to walk away from anything that kills your peace. A woman doesn't fear losing a man who lets her walk all over him. She fears losing the man who loves her but loves himself too. And let's be honest, women test because they want to feel secure. They want to know the man they love can handle pressure, emotions, and stress. Not because they enjoy hurting him, but because they want to know he won't break when life gets heavy. And this rare man doesn't break. He doesn't bend into pieces. He stays calm even when everything feels messy. This calmness is not coldness, it's strength. And women feel it like fire and comfort mixed into one. There is something else, something deeper. This man is not loud about his emotions, but when he speaks, it hits deep. His words don't try to impress, they just land. They feel honest. A woman can tell when a man talks from fear and when a man talks from strength. And this man speaks from a place inside him that is steady. He says what he means. He means what he says. No drama, no confusion, no guessing games. This kind of clarity is rare, and rare things create fear of loss. Another thing about this man, he has a life outside the woman he loves. He has his own dreams, his work, his hobbies, his time. He can be with her, but he doesn't collapse into her. And that independence, that quiet confidence makes her admire him. He becomes the kind of man she wants to follow, not because he forces anything, but because she sees direction in him. And let me say this clearly. A woman doesn't fear losing a man because he's perfect. She fears losing him because he's consistent, because he's steady, because he stands like a tree even in storms. And that kind of man, the rare one, he's not easy to replace. That's why she fears losing him. Picture this. A woman sees him talking to people, calm, simple, kind, not trying too hard, not trying to impress, just being himself. And she watches him quietly, realizing other women will see the same thing. Other women will feel the same pull. And that thought alone creates a quiet fear inside her, a fear she may not talk about, but she feels it strong. Because when a man carries himself with quiet strength, other women notice. And she knows it, but even with that, he doesn't use his value to play games or make her insecure. He simply exists in his truth. He doesn't hide his worth, he lives it. He doesn't make a woman compete, he just makes her see that she isn't the only one who could recognize a good man. This honesty makes him even more attractive. Let me share something deeper. When a woman fears losing a man, it's not fear like danger, it's fear like losing a home. Because this man becomes a soft place for her heart, a safe room inside her mind, a space where she can be herself without judgment. And when she realizes this space might not always be there, she starts to value it more. That's the fear, not fear of you leaving, but fear of losing the peace you bring. Now let's talk about something most people don't understand. A man becomes unforgettable when he knows how to walk away with dignity, not in anger, not in revenge, just quiet acceptance. When you can say, I care for you, but I won't stay where I'm not respected. That sentence alone creates a shift in her soul. It makes her see your worth in a way she never did, because you showed her you will never fight for a spot in someone's life. You will only stay where you're wanted. This is why women fear losing this kind of man. He can love deeply, but he can also leave gracefully. He can give his heart, but he won't lose himself. And this balance, this rare mix, makes him unforgettable. He doesn't argue to prove a point. He doesn't beg to be understood. He doesn't explain himself 100 times. If something doesn't align, he calmly walks away. And that calm exit hits harder than any angry goodbye. Women remember silence more than shouting. They remember calm more than chaos. And this man leaves a silence that speaks louder than anything he ever said. But you know what else? He also brings out a woman's best side. He brings out her softness. He brings out her desire to try. When she knows she has something real, she becomes more honest, more caring, more loving. This is what real men do. They inspire without forcing. They guide without controlling. They give without losing power. A woman fears losing this man because deep inside, she knows it's not easy to find a man who makes her feel safe and challenged at the same time. A man who lets her be free but also keeps his own standards. A man who sees her worth but never forgets his own. A man who gives her butterflies but also gives her peace. This script isn't meant to flatter you. It's meant to remind you that you can become this man, that you don't need money or looks or status. You need self-respect. You need calm strength. You need direction. You need values. You don't bend for attention. When you work on yourself, when you grow from inside, when you learn to stay calm, when you choose peace over reactions, you become the man women fear losing. And here's the truth. The woman who is meant for you will recognize your value. She will not play with it. She will protect it. She will match your energy. She will love the man you are, not the man she wants to shape you into. Until then, stay strong, stay calm, stay steady, because real men don't chase attention. They attract respect. And remember this one line, the line you should hold close. A woman doesn't fear losing a man who needs her. She fears losing the man who chooses her.